to talk about eating when you're poor. To be honest, we know what it's like. I could tell you stories of sleeping in our car and going from rest stop to rest stop to see which one had those outdoor grills to try and cook a dinner. We've lived in hotels. I can show you, if you want to, plenty of ways on how to cook full meals out of your microwave. I've had to feed my family for $20 a week, and that's not much. And by the way, we were working full-time. Both my husband and I worked full-time. We've lived out of cars. We've lived out of hotels. We've lived in travel trailers and friends' lots. Okay, we get it. We know how to do it. And I've noticed over and over, especially, is a lot of my friends, especially my younger ones, have asked, how did you do that? How did you feed 3 people off $20? Well, it took a lot of ingenuity and a lot of guesswork and a lot of experiments. But let's get on with this. Now, when you don't have a lot of money, one of the first things most people run for is the ramen. I am not going to dish ramen. I love the chili lime and the spicy chicken are my 2 favorites. But after a while, you can't live off ramen. You're going to end up hungrier than you were before. There's absolutely no nutrition value to it. It is mostly just to cover up those hunger pains. Again, I'm not dissing it. Been there, done that. I should have gotten plenty of stock in the company itself with as much as we ate. But over time, we had to figure out, we had to get rid of that. We had to stop. So today, I'm going to quickly go over some options with you and things that you need to get into your pantry. And I think what I'm going to concentrate on for this first couple of months is what to do with it. How can you make decent meals for $3 or $4, for 4 people off $3 or $4? So today we're going to go over, let's talk about stocking your pantry. And by that I mean, who was it? Was it Miss Reed, I think on Twitter, who said poverty charges interest? Yes. Just when you think everything's paid up and you're starting to put money in, my God, you actually have money in your savings account. What happens? Tires blow. Or you need new shoes, or something else. Most people who have never been in this situation can't tell you how to work it. So let's get into how you can and how you can eat to fill. Now, this is not going to be the most nutritional stuff. This is going to be enough to fill your belly, give you some carbs for energy, some protein, and hopefully ways that we can figure out so that you can have fresh fruits and veggies. Don't look at me. I'm fluffy. Okay, I ain't going to even lie. I'm not going to even try and deny. I do love me some carbs. Bread. Bread's my weakness. But that doesn't mean you can't eat enough to keep you going. And that's what this is about. So, let's get to it, shall we? All right, so one of the first things you need to have in your pantry is flour. And I say that because flour is great for anything. One, you can make almost anything out of flour. Mostly bread. You can use it for coatings. You can use it for different ways, and we'll get to that in a minute, to at least get different flavors, to make pastas, etc. Okay, flour is kind of a must-have, and it's not that expensive. You can get, now I'm in California, so things are a lot more expensive here. This is like my 20th state. But, no, 19, but no, 20, yeah, 20. It is one of the more expensive ones, but everything always kind of evens out in the end, and I'll tell you more about that later too. But flour, you want to keep flour. I keep it in here because of bugs, weevils. If you're in a lot of states, will get in there and take out your flour. Make sure it is sealed. Make sure that you keep it that way. It will go rancid, believe it or not. 2, sugar. Believe it or not, sugar cooks a lot of things besides, sweet stuff. You really kind of need it for other things to help. One day I'll show you how to make a vinaigrette. It requires a little bit of sugar. This sugar here will last my family of 3. It will last us probably about 4 months. This is 1 5-pound bag of sugar. Okay, it cost $2.12, I think it was. Next, you need to get pastas. Now, I'm not talking ramen pastas. I am talking spaghettis, etc. We get these. This one bag right here, this is approximately, and this one cost us at a farmer's market $1.24. This is 5 meals for 3 people right here. This will make 5 meals for 3 people. And finally, the 2 things that most people don't even think about that have multiple uses. You can do anything with them. Flavors, they have their own flavors, but you can add flavor. You can do different things with them, so you're just not eating the same old thing, which is part of the hard part when you're eating when you're poor, is it just the same flavors over and over and over again. And it's just like, ugh, but you have to eat. You really do. You need fuel to keep going. So, number 1, you should always have this in your pantry. It is cheap potatoes. Not even joking. Now this is an Idaho russet potato, and this is a yellow golden. They both do different things. They both have a different texture and a slightly different flavor. This is a little meatier on the flavor. This has almost a sweeter flavor to it. This is great for, if all you get is Idaho the russet, that's fine. No big deal. Bake it, broil it, fry it, boil it, mash it. Don't matter. You can do anything with a potato. And we'll go over a lot of different recipes. A bag of potatoes of Idaho russet here is $2.50 is what I saw for a 5-pound bag. That is less than 50 cents a pound, and that is at least, if you were to eat it 3 times a day, that is a week worth of food. Not lying. You can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The potato. People often forget about the potato when they're like, I'm broke. Go get you a 5-pound bag of potatoes. I promise you, it'll go all week. And finally, now we buy this in huge because we go through so much of it. It goes in everything. And if you're Cajun, you've seen this before, you know what it is. Because if it ain't potatoes, rice. Rice is lovely. Rice can do. It's very bland. You get all kinds of textures on what you want. This is just regular rice. This is the cheapest you can get. This particular bag was $10, and it is, it's a 20-pound bag. It was $10 at Walmart. If this was all we had to eat with some spices, we can live off this for a month, a 20-pound bag. 3 people. We'll be bored. I've even fed the dogs with this when we were so broke once. So these things, these are lovely. They're great. They're cheap. What I just showed you, these 1, 2, 3, and 4 things, all total, won't even cost you $10. Now, the other thing is spices. Spices make things taste better. You have to carefully build your spice cabinet because that's what's going to help with your flavors. Now, spices are different. They help bring out flavors. They help make things change up. You can do a lot of different things with different spices. You need salt. Now, I love kosher salt. Aside from pickling, I use kosher salt for everything. So salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, celery powder if you can afford it, cinnamon. Definitely need cinnamon in everything. Get a little bit of basil, like dried basil and dried oregano. That kind of adds a little different flavors in there. Those things are not super expensive. Oftentimes you can get a full thing of them at Walmart for $1. It'll last you a couple months. Look for it. They're great. So now the other thing is, is butter versus margarine. I splurge on butter. Always have. I hate margarine. I don't like the flavor of it. I don't like the texture of it. I don't like how it tastes in foods. However, it is cheaper than real butter. Y'all, get the margarine. Don't even worry about it. When you're poor, you do what you gotta do. You will never see me cook with margarine. You'll never see me buy margarine. I don't do margarine. However, margarine is as useful as butter. You can do all the same things. It just isn't as good for you. It just happens to be cheaper. And sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Don't worry about it. Now, I want to talk to you because here it's available, and I've never seen this kind of availability, and I've lived all over the country, from Alaska to Florida. Farmers markets, fresh veggies, fresh fruits, if you can. Now, there are things that you can do that you can extend them out, and I'm even going to run an experiment. I kill plants. That's my job. That's what I was put on this earth for, apparently. However, I've actually managed to grow something. I'm going to brag about that another time. But farmers markets. Now, here in California, it is cheaper to go to a farmers market than it is, say, Safeway or Walmart to get fresh fruits and veggies. We can go spend $35, and I end up with a ton. I mean, enough to last us 2 weeks. But, again, if you don't have that in your area and it's not an option, don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll look at other ways that you can get your fresh fruits and veggies. So, for now, just keep that in mind. Now, these are just some basic things to keep in your kitchen. But we'll go over recipes coming soon on how to work the recipes, on what to do with the recipes, how to save some more money on the things you cook, on how to do portions, and then how to save and put it away, because oftentimes I make way too much. I put it in the freezer. I don't have to worry about it later, so we'll go over all that too. Now, if you have anything that you really want to learn about later, or you want me to look up, or you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. Be sure and hit that like button so that they know that people are actually watching this. And if you will, hit the subscribe, hit that little bell. There's that little bell down there. If you knock, it'll let you know when I put up a new video, which I should have a new one up next week. I've already got some ideas for it, and we'll go over it then with how to take this beautiful potato and a $1 meal to fill you up. So, we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. You have a great day. You've got this. You got this. You can do this.